never gets any easier to go from this to this in a matter of hours. Being immersed in such a creative and collaborative process for weeks and weeks, culminating with the chance to share a powerful message, and then just like that, it's over. That's tough. But that's life in the theater business, and you just get used to it. That is, unless you get to tell your story every Christmas, bigger and better than the year before. Not all shows have this appeal and uniqueness, but mine does. My name is Derek, and along with many other creative endeavors in my 45 years, I am now, I guess, a playwright. It's not a title I ever aspired to, but here we are. About 5 years ago, I decided to take a Christmas song written a decade ago and put it to work.
Best thing about Christmas.
Creating characters, story arc, and writing more and more songs to support this somewhat autobiographical tale. With thousands of hours of learning, development, and sacrifice, and with the help of industry pros and trusted friends, there it was. A script for the new musical story, The Best Thing About Christmas.
I want the things that I say to matter to someone.
Now, much like Dylan, the protagonist in the story, I had never tried this before and was drawing on only my love for writing songs and my tenacity to somehow learn this craft and push through to make it possible. In 2021, I traveled to Utah with script in hand and, beginning in May of that year, began recruiting a team to stage this production for the first time. With only a few friends in the business of doing theater, I had to scrap at every turn to even think about pulling it off. I was the new guy in town and had exactly zero experience producing a musical show, not to mention the fact that I had never acted on stage before in my life. After a series of fortunate events and constantly running into the right people, not by chance, who believed in my mission.
Tell us about the musical.
This is something I've been working on for 4 years. I'm not a playwright, really, but now I kind of am.
And even before that, about 10 years before that, a song just kind of came to me. It was a Christmas song. It was from a message that was delivered over the pulpit at church one day back in Nashville. I wrote the song the next day, and then I didn't know what to do with it. And about 10 years later, I decided, let's try my hand at, I don't know, writing a musical. Why not?
And I've traveled all the way out here and gathered an awesome, amazing cast here based in Utah to play this out and to debut it here in Utah.
And in 6 months, we went from words on a page to a full-blown Broadway-style stage production as we performed 10 shows to over 1,600 people in Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's what his life's about.
It was literally a dream come true for me to be on that stage with so many talented souls and to have come together to create something brand new where nothing before existed. And when that run came to an end, I wasn't sad, I was energized. I knew deep down that this was only the beginning of this journey and of the opportunities to affect many minds and hearts for good.
Well, that was fun. Best Thing team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Best Thing team!
After considering what the future looked like, I became convinced that the path for me was to stage the show close to home, to bring it back where my dreams in music all started, back to Tennessee.
These hats means he's the best dang dad a kid has ever had.
Oh, thanks, Sadie Bug. You're the best. Thanks. Then I'll wear hats.
With 2022 now behind us, I am turning my attention to the next phase of sharing the best thing about Christmas. I'm more committed and inspired than ever to bring this story to thousands across the state of Tennessee. The story of Dylan, a dreamer, a doer, someone who knows what he's been given and feels a duty to share it no matter what, is actually my story. I've been in Nashville for 15 years, never losing the dream to have my songs sung by heart with lighters held high. I think in many ways there's a little Dylan in all of us. Christmas is a time of tradition, of family, of connecting, and brings with it a magic in the air that no other time has. Our goals for The Best Thing About Christmas include becoming a household name in cities and towns across Tennessee and throughout the Southeast. This year, in 2023, we're building our first ever tour of Tennessee with plans to visit Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, Kingsport, Chattanooga, and more. Tennessee is where the dream was born for me. a kid whose parents are both songwriters and performers, and a kid who grew up in a musical family with dreams of making it big running through our DNA.
Ain't gonna quit, he won't lay it down.
This story and the songs that tell it are not just a nice tale that is heartwarming and strikes the right chords. It's personal. These songs come from my life. The pain, the growth, the struggle, the triumph, the lessons, and most of all, the hope that all things happen for a reason and are part of a grand plan. I know that the powerful moments I've spent with this music that have left their eternal mark on me are not a coincidence. They're sent from above, and I intend, with every last breath I have, to be their champion and to deliver them to all who will listen. We invite you to come along with us and be a part of our story, the story of hope and redemption because of a Savior, where the most important lesson we learn is that we can be His hands. Because, as Sadie tells us at the end of the show,
you never know how your own goodness and light
can lift someone else out of darkness.
And that's the best thing about Christmas. Merry Christmas!